Hey guys, it's Eric. Maybe you're familiar with this YouTube classic.
If you don't want to run out of ideas, the best thing to do is not to execute them. You can tell yourself that you don't have the time or resources to do them right. Then they stay around in your head like brain crack.
This is a video called Brain Crack. It was originally posted sometime in 2006 by YouTube content creator Z Frank. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a human test with Zay Frank.
But by the time I saw it, I was already in my mid-20s and dreaming of being a creative person. And when I say dreaming, I don't mean dreaming and also working hard. I mean that I was dreaming of it, that I had dreams of being a writer and, all the money and artistic validation and attention from women that would entail. But I didn't actually write anything. I didn't actually make anything. I just had these ideas and I was sure that they were absolutely fantastic, but they just sat in my brain, safe from the threat of the outside world.
No matter how bad things get, at least you have those good ideas that you'll get to later. Some people get addicted to that brain crack, and the longer they wait, the more they convince themselves of how perfectly that idea should be executed. And they imagine it on a beautiful platter with glitter and rose petals, and everyone's clapping for them.
And these fantastic ideas always came out rougher and less formed than I imagined them whenever I tried to move them from the safety of my brain to the page. But I remember seeing this video, Brain Crack, and it making an impact. I ended up writing a few short stories, some of them got published, and I actually got paid for a couple. If I gleaned anything from that period of my life, it's that actually making something is almost always better than sitting around and dreaming of making something. That nothing is perfect in reality, but sometimes the thing that you actually make can end up different and more interesting than what you'd imagined initially. And that most of all, I learned that creating things is hard. It's really, really hard. I'm gonna link to the whole video down below, but I think that this is important. The longer I've been making these videos, the more I can feel that brain crack building up. The more I feel that pressure to outdo myself, to create something that's totally unassailable, something that literally everyone who sees it thinks is good. I know rationally that that's not possible, that video doesn't exist, but that feeling stops me from creating. When I first started this channel, I would sit down in front of my Canon 5D Mark II with an old camera and a beer and hit record. I didn't have a script, I didn't have an intro, I didn't really have any idea what I would say before I started it. I just knew that I wanted to talk about old cameras and that nobody else on YouTube was really doing that. And that was enough for me. When I got to 100 subscribers, I was completely baffled. The idea that 100 people would want to watch me talk about anything was, and honestly still is, astonishing. But now lots of people are making videos about old cameras, and many of them do it better than I do. So with each passing day, that pressure to create really, really good content grows. And as that pressure grows, so does the urge to just keep everything inside. There was a time when the act of just creating something was thrilling to me. The idea of recording video, editing it into a new form, and showing it to people was really exciting and new. What you see on your screen right now is segments from the very first thing I ever stitched together in Premiere. It's me and my cousin Dan, drunk in Ann Arbor and Detroit, Michigan, about a decade ago, honestly, at this point. I remember putting this together in Premiere, setting it to the song Sail by AWOL Nation, and uploading it to Facebook. Some of my friends thought it was cool. People didn't really know what to make of it, and I get that, but I loved it, This video has no reason to exist, and yet I had a blast making it. I like the janky depth of field from that Canon 50mm lens, the hyperactive jump cuts that make more sense when you can hear the actual song, and just the stupidity of it all. It was a blast. Now more than making content, I just make excuses. Many of them are legitimate. I mean, I have an actual big boy job with actual hours. My free time is at a premium in a way that it has never been before in my life. That being said, some of my excuses are just obvious attempts to dodge a fear of failure. I don't look good enough to be recorded. The light isn't perfect. I don't have the right filming setup. Of course, all of these things matter a little bit, but none of them matter so much that my creative process should grind to a halt. I've fallen so in love with the idea of videos that I'll make at some point in the future when everything is perfectly lit and I've somehow become more handsome that I've stopped creating. And I understand it. You know, creating is hard. Creating anything puts you at risk. It opens up a part of you to criticism and injury. But more than that, even, it reminds us that maybe those great ideas aren't necessarily as great as we'd hoped they'd be. That maybe moving from the dream to reality isn't the effortless stroll you thought it would be, but, you know, a struggle. Look, maybe all of this is a little bit heavy-handed and solipsistic for a YouTube photography channel, but it's also a step that I wanted and needed to make. My promise to you guys is that I'm going to keep making videos. More specifically, I'm going to start making videos on a regular basis. Maybe that involves deep dives into the lives and careers of specific photographers. Maybe it means discussions of the political ramifications of particular photographers. Maybe it means just general discussions of art and photography. Who knows, maybe I'll do more gear reviews. You guys love those. I just want to make content that I'm proud of. I want to make content that makes me feel, you know, artistically validated in a way that maybe film stock reviews don't. And to be honest, haven't for quite a while. I want to be excited by this channel again. And I hope that you guys are excited by this. I mean, I would hope that a change in direction for a channel that, in all honesty, has become mostly dead and otherwise pretty stale, is seen as a good thing. You know, if you're someone who subscribes to me primarily for gear reviews and things like that, I'm not gonna say I won't be doing that content in the future, but if you need to look elsewhere for that sort of stuff, you know, I get it. There's a lot of people who do that stuff and most of them do it better than me. However, if you're someone who, you know, remembers my old narrative videos and enjoyed those, then, you know, stick it out. I think you're going to enjoy some of the stuff I have coming. Hopefully we take this in an exciting direction and create some content that you enjoy and that I'm proud of. And hey, you know, if all else fails, maybe I'll start doing unboxing videos. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, support my Patreon, donate to my GoFundMe. I'm raising money to clone my cat. I need $30,000 to go to South Korea and clone my cat. Visit my Etsy store. Friend me on MySpace. I'll see you later.